Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is The Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself, and today is a debut on the channel, and I know nothing about this game. We have two songs for you. This is Potential for Anything and Pushing Onwards, and the game is VVVVVV. I don't know. Requested by Patrick, Joseph, and Styanii. From the channel Magnus, who may be the composer, because I see here composed by Magnus Soli Palzon. By the way, the full title is Potential for Anything from PPPPPP and Pushing Onwards from PPPPPP from the game VVVVVV. I don't know. The only thing I see here is this is clearly like supposed to be Abbey Road. I don't know what this is about. I have no idea. Let's just get into it. I'm not going to judge a book by its cover. We're starting with Potential for Anything from, let's just call it 6 Vs. The infamous Beatles album cover. Chiptune. Oh, do I hear percussion starting? Ooh. I like that. I'm really glad they introduced percussion there. That really like solidified it. That was cool. Also, this new percussion. Interesting melodies here. I was gonna say this kind of reminds me of Undertale, but I think this was before Undertale. This is 2010. I'm not entirely sure when Undertale released, but I think it was like 2015-ish. This is cool and weird. Good weird. Oh, there's a bass line right there. I'm trying to catch everything going on. I'm gonna take a wild guess that the game also fits the aesthetic of like highly pixelated. Definitely meant to look and sound like an older game. Oh, what's with the title though? That's such a cool thing, like descending. It's really concise though, like it's really an intricate piece. Oh, that kind of scared me. I wasn't expecting the thumbnail to change 4 minutes into it. 3 minutes into it. I think this is the composer, Magnus Soli. This is their channel. You can buy the album. There you go. Buy the album or listen to more game music. www.soli.se. Whoa. I'm gonna leave that there, just leave the promotion there. Yeah, this is, I think, their channel, which is only at 3,500 subscribers, so you guys should go fix that. So this is what it says. This is a song potential for anything from 6P, the 6V original soundtrack. I just don't feel like saying all the letters. Composed by Magnus Soul-Eye Palzone in 2010 for the game 6V. Check out the game here, and then it's the letters. Oh, the link for the website is the letter v6time.es. So is this game called the letter V6 times? Interesting. So many ways it can go, right? Saying V6 times, V6, and then there's the P. Where does the P come in? Like that's weird. Okay, anyways, before I go into the next song, oh, jeez, the song title, the game title, and the way that song sounded left me with way more questions than I can even imagine. I think I was just enjoying the song at some point and just kind of left it there. I can try to make a guess as to what's happening, but it's a complete shot in the dark. No clue. Not even like an inclination as to, like, I'm not leaning towards a certain way. It's called Potential for Anything, which is probably the most vague title imaginable. I haven't seen footage. The only thing we saw earlier was the Upside Down Abbey Road. Are these supposed to be the colors of the rainbow? Red, green, blue. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. No. Someone's missing. I just make a connection though. There's six letters and 6 characters. Okay, maybe we're getting somewhere. But yeah, upside down pixelated Abbey Road from the Beatles album. I don't know. Really good. We're just gonna move on to the next one because I think we need more context. I have no context, by the way, from the requesters on these. And let's just keep going and see what's going on. Really like the descending melody on that one, and just how like intricate and technical that was. And I feel like the exact same thing is going to be here. Maybe a different sound, but I think the technical prowess is still going to be there. This is Pushing Onwards from the letter P 6 times from the letter V 6 times soundtrack. Very reminiscent of the Amiga, the Commodore 64. It sounds old, as in maybe, perhaps, some of that technology was used, and modern technology. I have a feeling this composer really has a deep love for video game music as a whole. Like this is their homage. Ooh, that's cool. Chiptune harmonies. You don't hear that all the time. I wonder if this music is all programmed, or if it's performed in any capacity. Not that that's a bad thing. But you know, for those that don't know, you can perform, or you can just tell the computer where to place stuff, which also takes just as much work. Little symbol. Yeah, I can almost guarantee this composer grew up with like the Commodore or the original Nintendo, like something, and has made it their life mission to make music for their childhood. I can almost guarantee it. I highly doubt someone was just hired on this project and told, hey, we want it to sound like this. Can you maybe do it? Maybe that's possible. That'd be crazy, but I feel like it's fading. Okay, we have another minute. Pushing onwards. By the way, this is track 4. The last song was track 10. It's like a little chorus. Oh, that sounded a lot like Guile's theme from Street Fighter 2. Kind of. It had a similar set of notes there. Let me see if I can put that comparison up. I'll do that for this. It's kind of funny how much this music has kind of come back in recent years. Which basically tells you it's timeless, you know? A lot of games are looking older. This right here. That sounds like Kyle. Just ends right there. Alright, let me... Everybody here knows Guile's theme. It was a meme for a long time. Also, Yoko Shimomura, if you didn't know. This is from the channel Dan Dojo. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Let me find it. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 do, 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 do. I think it's like right here. Yeah. Sounded a little bit like the chorusy section of the song. Right here. Just that part. But then the B ending is different. So, I don't know. It's cool. I'm not saying I copied it or anything. It's just similar. It was the same interval, I think. Da, 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 da. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, hold on, let me see what this is. Okay. Sorry, text. So yeah, once again, Styanii. You can see it at styanii.se. And I guess the game is the letter v6time.es or 6tim.es. Lot to say here, but also at the same time kind of not. I was just enjoying it, and I was really just thinking how like there's, I don't know if it's a resurgence or maybe it's just kind of been there all along and I just haven't really noticed until lately because now I listen to music as a career. But I don't know, it just feels like lately there's just been a lot of resurgence in like old school style games, 8-bit, 16-bit, and the sound fonts and their look. And that's pretty much because they're timeless. I mean, games are just cool back then. And it's really nice to see. Like there was a recent, I don't know what it was, one of these like event shows, one of these like PlayStation or Xbox type shows where they do reveals and they announce Shinobi. And it was like the old school Shinobis. I'm like, whoa. You know, and then we had like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a little like Shredder's Revenge. That looks like the old school games. So it's really cool to see. And, you know, and it's like, it's kind of my demographics, sort of. But I think that demographic is just for like, well, it's for anyone, really. It's for anyone. Because for the new crowd, they can get into the older games that way. But also, I think it's for people just slightly older than me that grew up with games in the late 80s, maybe 80s, maybe even 70s. But I was merely a toddler in the early 90s, and I was well aware of this stuff. You know, I was a kid. I was like 5 or something when I played my first Sega Genesis game. So, I mean, I wasn't too far off, but I still recognize that sound. And it's cool to hear it. So it's like kind of nostalgic, and yet it's kind of sort of just missed the boat on that because, again, I was like too young to even know what was going on. So to me, this style of music where it's like really heavily chip tuned, that's a term. I get it, and yet I don't. It's like I like 75% get it. Is what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. To me, it sounds like maybe this composer is like probably, if I had to guess, probably slightly older than me, maybe like in their 40s or something, and grew up with like an Amiga or a Nintendo, and or maybe even like what was it, the Famicom, that kind of thing, just like that era of games. And this is like the homage to that. The other side to the coin would be if these developers just found someone to make music and they just took the job and maybe never even played games. You know, like that'd be. I'm really interested in that kind of stuff. I wonder, you know, where that came into play. But either way, the game and the music seem to kind of allude towards old school love in video games. Now, what is happening? I have no idea. Pushing onwards. Honestly, both these songs had a little bit of the same energy, as in, it made separating the context even harder because like one didn't sound like a boss theme more than the other. They both just kind of sounded to me like they would go into the same area. I know it's a little vague, but sometimes, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but sometimes chiptune music can sound a little vague. Not always. There's definitely emotional music. There's definitely high energy driven music in chiptunes. I'm just saying, sometimes some of it is kind of hard for me to like maybe get a setting or what's being said or what background is, you know. I have no clue on these at all. They just both sounded to me. The only thing that came to mind would be just like moving sideways to the right, as boring as that is, you know, side scroller type of thing. Let's look at it. I haven't done this in a while, but let's see what the game looks like. Actually, no, let's pull up the Wikipedia. Let's just see what's going on here, because I'm curious, because it left me with a lot of questions. January 11th, 2010. So it just had its okay, had a big anniversary. Designer is Terry Kavanagh. All right, here we go. Let's see, because I got nothing in my head. The letter V 6 times is a 2010 puzzle platform game created by Terry Kavanagh. In the game, the player controls Captain Viridian, who must rescue their space crew after a teleporter malfunction caused them to be separated in dimension VVVVV. The gameplay is characterized by the inability of the player to jump, instead opting on controlling the direction of gravity, causing the player to fall upwards or downwards. Oh, okay. The game consists of more than 400 individual rooms and also supports the creation of user-created levels. Yep, composer Magnus Palsson. Engine Adobe Flash. Oh, okay. It's on Windows. It's on Switch. It's okay. It's on a lot of things. Puzzle platformer. The game was built in Adobe Flash and released January 11, 2010 for Microsoft Windows and OS X. Okay, let me see some screenshots. Okay, so there's no jumping, but you have to. Oh, that's why they're upside down. So you probably have to either flip the world upside down or something like that, right? To make them fall up or fall down. Oh, that looks... Yeah, so basically we got this kind of very old school look. Very minimal. And as you can see here, upside down. Okay. So what did they say? It was a dimension called Well, I want to know how it's pronounced. How do you pronounce the game? I don't want to say it wrong. Let's go to Reddit. Reddit always knows everything, right? The official pronunciation is the letter V 6 times. That's the most upvoted. Someone says 30. LOL. Okay, so the letter V 6 times. Well, again, it kind of looks exactly how I imagined, actually. You know what it looks like? It looks like those games. Oh, wow, this just totally like brought me back. Do you guys remember back on the internet when there was websites? I know everything now is just a social media page, but when there was websites, like stuff like eBaum's World or board.com, there was also like I forgot which one. There was like a Flash game website too. Do you guys remember that one helicopter game? It was kind of like, I think probably the catalyst for Flappy Bird later, but it was like all green. You couldn't hit the ceiling, you couldn't hit the floor, and you had to navigate obstacles, and you just had to like hold the mouse button. That's what that reminded me of. So maybe it was around that era, 2010. I mean, that's like, I mean, social media was around, but we're talking Flash here. I don't even know if Flash is still around. I don't know. I haven't kept up with this stuff. Oh, another thing, Newgrounds. This definitely feels like a Newgrounds style game. Either way, I know nothing about it though. Let me know what's up with the 6 Ps. But please let me know your experience with the letter V 6 times. What else has this composer done? Really good music, really just tightly engineered. And really curious about this Abbey Road thing. I have so many questions, but definitely seems like a love letter to people that listen to the Commodore 64, all that, you know. So I could feel the love there and hear it. Pushing onwards, and what was the other one? I forgot already. It was potential for anything. All right. Well, that is the letter V 6 times. Thank you to Patrick, Joseph, and Styanii, and also thank you to Justin. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters right here. I couldn't be here without them. My name is Jesse, in the auditorium. Video game music rules. Peace.